Yes, another trip to Vegas, this time without the boys. Our friends are joining us, Chichay and Kristine. I'm trying to get them on a future episode of EV Confessions, so hopefully with this video, they kind of get comfortable being in the camera. Hopefully they get comfortable and I can get them behind the camera to talk about their Model 3. There is a nice surprise that we got when we were at the Baker Supercharger. There was a truck full of Cadillac Lyriqs, and go check that out as well. Date is at the end of this video. Chapter markers are in the description below as usual if you want to skip around, and enjoy the video. What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and in this video it's another Vegas trip. This time we'll be adulting, hashtag adulting. So we're gonna be doing a couple of errands. I have, I believe, 95 or 96% state of charge, but we're gonna be doing a couple of things before we leave. We're waiting on some friends to get out of work, and we're gonna start a trip. All right, so I'm here at Chichay and Kristine's house. I'm gonna get him on video. This guy's I got him on video. They'll be going to Vegas with us. There's Kristine right there, and there's their Tesla. So Chichay would sneak in some pictures whenever I miss my Model 3, and he would just send me pictures of his Model 3 because it's the same one. So they're gonna be going to Vegas with us, and we're about to head out. Let's go. All right, we arrived at Baker, and there's a bunch of Lyriqs, Cadillac Lyriqs here. And the truck driver was kind enough, he said he'll lower one down to go check it out. So, man, we're gonna go check out a Cadillac Lyriq. All right, we're inside a Cadillac Lyriq. First off, shout out to Mike, the truck driver. He was fairly knowledgeable with the car he's hauling. He noticed I was checking out the cars and offered to bring one down to check out. He was done driving for the day and he said he had nothing else to do. He grabbed the keys and I was able to go inside. The interior was really nice, very different from Tesla. Sometimes I miss these types of interior. I was able to turn it on, but you had to get into the options and set up profiles and settings. I didn't want to do any of that. I was only checking it out. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it seems slightly bigger than my Model Y. I could be wrong. Check out those headlights. I really like the look of the interior and exterior. Oh, so it's manual. So if your battery's dead, you can still pop it. Oh my, smart idea. There is a frunk, but not for storage. The 12-volt battery is in there. The front can be opened manually, I think. Made me think of Tesla. If the 12-volt battery goes out, how do I get into the front? I ended up looking through YouTube and found some videos on it, so check the description below for links of figuring that part out, but it's pretty interesting. I don't know about the software or support that Cadillac provides because they are a car company first and technology company second. Again, shout out to Mike. Thank you very much for your time and letting us checking out the cars. All right, so we are here at Vdara. It's only valet here, so we left the Model X with valet service, and now we're gonna be checking in. Hopefully we get some upgrades and get a good room. We were able to upgrade our room that has the Bellagio fountain view. It's not as furnished as our last Vdara room, which was a corner suite, but that didn't have the view. I'll link that video below if you haven't checked it out yet. We brought some drinks to quench our thirst. The room has a small fridge and a kitchen so we can cook some food that we brought for breakfast. Alright, so we are here at Crystal's at Louis Vuitton because Abby's trying to get one of her bags fixed. And so Chichay and I were trying to play what is it? Price is Right game. And we were trying to look at some shoes to guess the price. Ain't no price tag. So I guess if you gotta ask the price, you can't afford it. You can't afford it. So we're just hanging out, waiting for them to get the bag, I guess. What is it? They gotta put an order on it because they don't fix it here. They gotta send it out, and they'll ship it back. So, and then we're gonna hit the buffets. One of our friends was here the week before and told us about the Cosmopolitan buffet called the Wicked Spoon. I didn't do too much video cause I was hungry. It was pretty good. The price is reasonable. Some of the crab legs were too soft and hard to open. The bone marrow was good. The lamb and prime rib was good. The dessert was good. But they ran out of the coffee ice cream flavor, but all the other dessert stuff was pretty good. Day 3, pool day. Vdara's pool isn't that big, but they do have a jacuzzi though. We found out that we can access the Aria pool with our room key. With gold or higher M Life card, you can go to any MGM property as well and check out their pool and use it. They were giving out samples of Maestro Dobel tequila. They even took pictures of me with it. So I've been checking out their Instagram account and still nothing. So give me a shout out if you do see my picture. Alright, we are heading home. We're gonna go charge at Linq and then get some breakfast and then start heading back. I don't know how these cars get parked here in the front, but and the valet is about $115, but if you have the M Life rewards, it's free. So it was a good stay. It wasn't a lucky stay, but you know, we just had fun relaxing and stuff. So all right, so we are at Linq getting some charging going on. 16 cents per kilowatt. You hear that, California? 16 cents per kilowatt hour. My goodness. But it's gonna stop at 8 a.m. but it's only gonna go up by like a few cents. It's like 22 23 cents. So man, I am jealous. Never been here this early, but 16 cents. So we're gonna just hang out here for I think 20 minutes and then we're gonna go get some breakfast. And that's it. After charging, we went to have brunch buffet at Southpoint, our new go-to place. It was the prime rib brunch, and they had unlimited mimosas, but I had to drive home, darn it. Alright, so we are here at Baker Supercharger. Had breakfast already. We're just chilling here, getting some charging going zones. Getting pretty busy. But the Electrify America, when we were here the other day, I think was closed, but now I think they're working on it. So not really sure what's going on over there, but we are planning to stop at Eddie World to get some jerky, and I'm not sure if it's busy there, so that's why we charge here right away. So Let's go see what's going on over here. Sorry for the AC vent noises coming up. Okay, so we are at Eddie World to get some beef jerky and just take a break. We stopped at Baker also, and recently someone had asked in the Facebook group about taking a trip to Vegas, and a lot of people were like, stop at Eddie World in Yermo and don't stop at Baker because of the bathrooms are not that great. And I'm like, well, what are you expecting the bathrooms to be? Like, I mean, if it's functional and you can use it, you know, and plus they have a lot more charging stations there. Because here in Eddie World, it's usually full. And right now, heading home, it's Sunday. It's starting to get busy. I think there's like maybe 1 or 2 slots open. But it's starting to get busy, and I think Baker is just more accessible, although the bathrooms aren't, I guess, presentable, but I mean, it's still usable. So luckily we stopped at Baker on the way home, so we don't really need to charge, but we found a slot, and it's pretty slow. It's at 58 kilowatts. These are rated at 150. But yeah, I mean, it's just really busy here. And there's times at this location, Tesla actually brings out a trailer with like another dozen or so portable chargers and a mega pack battery during holidays, and they would add additional charging stations here temporarily. So, but they do recognize that this charging station is busy. But yeah, I mean, we just go here for the jerky and then maybe just charge for a bit, because I'm waiting for Abby and our friends to finish doing their little snack buying. But yeah, so this place isn't too bad, but it does get busy. It gets really busy. It's lunchtime, 12:23 p.m. So I could only imagine it getting busier around 1 o'clock, because if people are checking out of their hotels at 11 and they skip Baker and they go straight here, they're gonna be in for a surprise. They're gonna be like pissed off, like, look man, that's why I charge as often as I do when I don't need to. It's just in case. It's like, I'm not worried about reliability of the chargers, but more of how busy it is. So fortunately in this trip we don't need to charge, but since there's an open slot, I'm gonna plug in anyway while I wait for them to get the jerky. Okay, so here's the data. We arrived with 58% state of charge and we left with 42%. So we stayed for 3 nights and the Model X was just parked in the valet. Temperatures were floating around 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So as you can see, during that time just sitting there, the Model X lost 16% state of charge. So keep that in mind if you got to leave your car parked somewhere for numerous nights. So depending on temperatures, your car will lose state of charge, use energy to keep the cabin temperatures going, and also keep that battery warm so that it's always ready to be driven. So just keep that in mind. On the way to Vegas, we only stopped at Baker. We skipped Yermo. We didn't get jerky going up to Vegas, but coming back, we stopped at Yermo for some jerky. Have to get that jerky. So I forgot to reset the trip meter at the beginning of the trip, so I may have driven around 50 miles running errands, picking up our friends, and I didn't even realize it till around Victorville area. So the data I'll be sharing is from the time I remember to reset the trip computer till I get home. The cost is still the same, Total cost on this trip is $44.25. For total charging stop, again, going up I only stopped once, but coming back we charged at Linq before we started heading back, and then charged at Baker again, and also at Yermo. Miles driven is 425, but do consider that I didn't reset the trip computer till later on. Total kilowatt hours used is 142 kilowatt hours, 335 watt hour per mile. Average per kilowatt is 37 cents. Total time charging is about an hour and 41 minutes with an average of 25 minutes per stop. Do keep in mind that I'm one of those people who like to stop at superchargers and hang out and get some jerky and do all these other things. So you don't have to do 4 stops round trip. You could do it with less, but I just like to break up the trip and relax. So a couple of things that the Cadillac Lyriq made me think about. The first one is I kind of miss having a non-simple interior. Every time I see a non-Tesla car, it just takes me back to having gas cars, and I'm like, huh, I do appreciate some of the interiors from the other manufacturers. So but then there are times I prefer just a simple design. So I don't know, I'm really torn about it, but I really did like the Lyriq's interior. We had lots of fun adulting with our friends Chichay and Kristine. So thank you for hanging out with us. Now Dan and his family was there. He is in one of my EV Confessions video. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. He's the one that owned a Volt to Bolt and now a Model Y. They were there for a few days, also stayed at Vdara. They met up with him downstairs at the bar. I was watching the Laker game upstairs and fell asleep. And then when I woke up, everyone's just heading back in. The game was over. We're planning to do another Vegas trip with the boys this time to kick off their summer. They love going there because they already have the places they want to go, the food that they want to eat, and just the pool where they want to hang out and relax. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Just like all the other trip videos, I have data on them. I also have a playlist if you are ever curious. So far right now it's been mostly Vegas videos, but you could compare the data. They're pretty much consistent. So trips are usually about $40 to $50 round trip in a Model X. Also do consider that I charge to close to 100% before even starting the trip, so I don't even count that on the total cost of the trip because I charge at home and I have solar. So these are just supercharger costs during the trip. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have friends planning on going to a Vegas trip, please share these videos that I have if they're ever curious about, oh, where do I supercharge, how much it costs, how long it takes. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.